Coronaviruses are a group of viruses that usually called mild illnesses, such as the common cold. However, certain types of coronavirus can infect the lower airway, causing serious illnesses like pneumonia or bronchitis. Most people get infected with coronavirus at some point in their lives, and the majority of these infections are harmless. The new coronavirus that causes the COVID 19 illness is a notable exception and has caused more than 4 million deaths worldwide. Coronaviruses have extraordinarily large single stranded RNA genomes, approximately 26,000 to 32,000 bases or RNA letters in length. Coronavirus particles are surrounded by a fatty outer layer called an envelope and usually appear spherical as seen under an electron microscope with a crown or corona of club shaped spikes on their surface. What is COVID 19? The, the virus that causes COVID 19 is known as SARS CoV 2. It first emerged in Wuhan, China in late 2019. The outbreak has since spread around the world. The WHO declared the outbreak a pandemic in March 2020. Commonly reported COVID 19 symptoms initially include a fever, a new continuous cough, and a loss of or change in sense of smell or taste. Since the pandemic began, symptoms such as headache, sore throat, sneezing, and a runny nose have become more common. In the most severe case, people with the virus can develop difficulty breathing and may ultimately experience organ failure and death. Some people experience long lasting symptoms following their initial infection, which are often referred to as long COVID. Coronaviruses replicate their RNA genomes using enzymes called RNA dependent RNA polymerases, which are prone to errors, a feature that contributes to the evolution of new variants. Multiple variants of the SARS CoV 2 virus have now emerged, and the more infectious Delta variant is now dominant. Following the initial identification of the novel coronavirus as the cause of COVID 19 in early 2020, vaccine development progressed at unprecedented speed. Within a year, a number of COVID 19 vaccines had received approval or emergency use authorization in several countries, and vaccination programs were underway. COVID 19 vaccines cut a person's risk of contracting the virus and provide good protection against severe symptoms and death if a person still catches it. However, breakthrough infections in which vaccinated people catch the virus are still possible and can be deadly. Other severe coronaviruses. At least two other types of human coronavirus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, which is called MERS-CoV, and severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, SARS-CoV, are known to cause severe symptoms. SARS-CoV first emerged in 2002 in Guangdong, China as an unusual pneumonia, which developed into life-threatening respiratory failure in certain cases. The virus rapidly spread across 29 countries, infecting more than 8,000 people and killing about 800. The MERS-CoV epidemic appeared in Saudi Arabia in 2012, with people experiencing similar symptoms to SARS-CoV but dying at a much higher rate of 34%. Unlike SARS-CoV, which spread quickly and widely, MERS-CoV have been mainly limited to the Middle East. How coronaviruses spread from animals to people? Coronaviruses are zoonotic, means that they can be transmitted to people from animals. Both SARS-CoV and MERS-CoV originally came from bats through other animals, including camels in the case of MERS, can act as intermediaries that spread coronaviruses to humans. Many of the early cases of COVID 19 were traced back to a large seafood and animal market in Wuhan. The virus is thought to have come from bats, possibly via an intermediary animal. In response, Chinese officials enacted a ban on eating and trading wildlife in February that could become a permanent law. There have also been concerns about COVID-19 spreading from people to animals, which could then transmit mutant form of the coronavirus back into humans. Onward transmission of SARS-CoV into non-human animals has already been documented with pet cats and dogs, captive tigers and lions, as well as minks.